Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 15th episode of Thrive and Vibe. I'm here, Zaim Zamri. And for those of you guys who have been following me from episode 1 until now, I know you guys have lots of questions of like, where the hell is the Thrive and Vibe episode? We've been wanting the next episode. Well, here it is. And the reason being is because here is a Thrive and Vibe 2.0 and a new undisclosed location, but here in Houston, Texas. And I've been kind of fortunate enough to have a team to give me this Thrive and Vibe 2.0. And of course, I was able to even get an amazing guest here. He's straight out of Pasadena, Texas, which is more, what is it? More
South of Houston,
South of Houston.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know. I've been living in Houston for nearly 11 years. I don't know all of Houston. That's how big Houston is.
You don't want to
And
go to you don't want to go to Pasadena. I'll say that.
really, is Pasadena that bad?
Well, no, we have really good Mexican food,
Oh, of course, yeah. there's
but
Mexican food everywhere.
I wouldn't lounge around 9,
Mhm.
10 p.m.
Oh man. Okay. Well, for these guys who are wondering who that guest is my guest is Mark Anthony. He's he's an amazing guy. He is a content creator, entrepreneur, and an inspiring film director here. So, Mark, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. in
It's a
Thrive
pleasure
Vibe 2.0.
a pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah, you're
This is
part
a
of.
legit setup.
Oh man, thank you very much.
I mean,
Thank you.
I feel like
none of
I'm
this-
at a showcase room for Rough Concept.
Oh, say no more, man. Say no more. So, yes. All right. So, Mark, I told you like before we came on this podcast, like talk about the Thrive and Vibe, and again, like Thrive and Vibe is all about. I ask a question to content creators and entrepreneurs how they're thriving in their project or in their career, as
Yeah.
well as like Vibe is like what do they do as a day-to-day hustle. So for the viewers and how are they like they're vibing in the day-to-day hustle. So just kind of like going more into it, like where you're originally from and also like how you got into where you are right now.
So I'm from Pasadena, Texas.
Mhm.
Like you had explained earlier, born and raised. Call me Pasadena ghetto boy.
Oh, really?
As you would say.
Man, I thought you were literally like straight from Mexico, and then you really like
From where?
Yeah, from Mexico.
No, no.
From Mexico, and then you.
I
came,
wish.
Yeah.
What I was telling the homies back there is that I wish I was from Mexico, so that way I had that 100% Mexican blood in me.
Yeah.
But my dad's from Monterrey,
Monterrey.
Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom's Chicana. She's from Chicago, but she was raised in Brownsville. She has
Yeah.
like Spaniard blood.
Yo, Spanish, really? Like,
Yeah.
did both your parents like actually meet up in Texas, or they?
I think it was. I
think
think
it
they
was.
met in Brownsville,
Oh, okay.
and they just I guess hit it right there.
Right there,
and then 30, 40 years after that, I was born. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a legend was born, man. Legend was born in Pasadena, Texas. Did you visit Houston, like when you were growing up, or you really first see Houston once you started your career in the media?
I would
media
say when
production?
I started production for sure.
When you started
back
production?
in 2018 when I was like 20 years old.
2018.
That's when I started Nostalgia Media.
Mm-hmm.
Back then it was just Nostalgia Production, but I changed the name
yeah.
because my parents didn't go to like Houston a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Was there a big difference in like changing from the name from Nostalgia Production to Nostalgia Media? Or like,
I think the reason why I had changed it was because media is more general
yeah.
for the clientele
Mm-hmm.
that I'm reaching for, and that's like for anybody else.
Right. Right.
But when they hear production, they're like, "Oh, is this like a film production?" Or
Well,
like,
you are an inspiring film
Yes,
director.
but I would say my professionalism is separate from my creative,
That's
for
it.
sure.
Can you recall your very first project? Like, how did you feel, and what was it, and who was the person that was able to give you a chance to really, that you're finally a contractor. Do you recall
Yeah.
that?
Having my first like big job.
Yeah, first big job, man.
Dang. It was probably sometime in 2018 for sure.
2018. It was like in Houston or in Pasadena?
It was definitely in Houston. I can't recall.
You can't recall?
I think it was like a gym clothing brand.
Gym closing brand.
Yeah, and I was like, dang, they're gonna pay me this much to do that?
Oh, and then you did
Yeah.
like probably 3 to 5 hours of work, like shooting the
Like 2-3 hours,
2-3
and
hours.
like obviously hours on editing. but
hours in editing, and
Yeah.
then yeah, and you were able to deliver it, then you're like, oh, I can make this a real good thing. Just
Yeah.
keep it going.
Just keep it going.
Yeah.
And my parents were supportive,
Mm-hmm.
but they're very traditional,
Yeah.
and they wanted me to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care what I did. They just wanted me to go to school.
When you
but-
mean go to school, like finish your like high school,
Bachelor's?
or going to college.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you actually did, and you did went to college, you went to like
half a semester.
half a semester.
Literally just half a semester.
literally half a semester, like
Yeah.
in for freshman year, and you're like, nah, this is not for me.
Yeah.
And you weren't, and obviously you were paying out of your own pocket or
Yeah.
taking a loan. But like, hey,
No, I was using what is it? FAFSA?
FAFSA, FAFSA, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a little bit like a student aid or
Yeah.
some sort of way. But
I don't know if I owed that for the half semester that I was there or what.
yeah, but
But yeah.
hmm wow, and it's very rare. Not many people can actually. Well, you're the first person that I know that can actually like drop out of like college. Most people that I knew that did drop out of college pursue like their entrepreneurship or whatsoever. They drop out like maybe a semester before they graduate, or even a year before
That's
they
crazy.
graduate.
My parents would probably kill me if that were the case.
Yeah, but this one you.
But the
knew,
thing is,
like,
my
half-
parents thought I was going to school for a whole year.
And then did you not tell them like?
I think they just caught on. They were
They
just
caught
like,
on.
I mean, I would leave the house, but I think they were just thinking like, damn, like, where's his homework at, or whatever the case was.
Was his homework at like, hey, is he using a textbook? And then when Christmas comes around, it's like, oh, what have you learned today?
Yeah.
Then you're like, yeah.
Science.
Science, biology.
I learned a lot of science.
Yeah,
Math.
no, for sure. And then,
Yeah.
so you kept it kind of going. Like, was there ever a time in your nostalgia media that you actually had to do free work to kind of get to really showcase value in your
Oh, for
portfolio? And then,
Really?
Yeah.
even if it was somewhat free, like at the moment, like no one paid you anything, but just like, hey, let's do something productive. Like really, let's do some photo shoot.
But
here
it
at
didn't
this
seem
car.
like free work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was like always creative.
Yeah. Do you think any artist or any creative entrepreneur should do some type of free work, even like free as if like, you're not going to get paid, and
Yeah.
but at the same time,
I would say in the
but you
beginning,
have-
yeah, but try to make it as creative as possible and try to make it as personal as possible.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that way you have your own take on it, and it's like, oh, this is my project. Like this is what I do. This is what separates me
Yeah.
from that person or from everybody else.
Yeah, and then with being a creative, like you keep all your raw files, like kind of keep it in your SD, and
Yeah.
you can look at it like a yearbook. It's like, man, I remember taking this,
Yeah.
and then you see this is the raw, and then you see the fully edited one, both video and photography.
Yeah.
Speaking of video and photography, which one do you really kind of like most?
Video.
I know that
for sure.
Oh,
because,
video.
because the inspiration it comes from video filmmaking.
Yeah.
Like I literally like was making short films when I was like a little kid.
Short film as a little kid.
Yeah, I even
What
had
was
like
your-
my
you-
own personal friends.
Yeah.
They thought I was crazy
You thought it was crazy.
because they were like, "What the hell is he shooting?" Like like
do you remember what camera you were using back then?
yeah.
Was it those video camcorders?
Just a phone.
Just a phone. Okay.
It was an Android phone, I think. Back then.
Android phone?
So I wasn't always an iPhone user.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What do you recall? What Android phone?
It was a
Samsung
My
Galaxy?
Touch.
A My Touch.
I remember. Do you remember? Do you guys remember that? A My Touch.
Yeah, My Touch. Oh man.
He does.
If you guys are wondering, we're like laughing with the team with a backstage team there. Well, the My Touch. Man, that's like what year 2000.
I was in 2000, like 10,
2010. Man,
Yeah.
I remember Sidekicks. I remember the Nokia brick phones.
I had a Sidekick.
Sidekick was
That was
actually.
before I started my filmmaking.
Oh man, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I'm remaking Super Mario.
the Super Mario. I ain't gonna lie. You can pull off a Super Mario for Halloween.
Yeah.
You got the beard. You got the mustache. You
I don't know if that's a compliment or an
It's an
insult.
amazing compliment. It's
Thank
an
you,
amazing
thank you.
compliment.
Thank
So yeah, but what was I saying? Like, so yeah, with the video editing, and so you were already doing it. So it felt like you sure like there wasn't any type of inspiration that really sparked when you were a kid, like that got you into filmmaking.
Oh, for sure.
Was there?
It was.
Like your uncle, your relatives, your parents.
It was. I grew up very Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my parents were heavily into church, and I
Right.
would go every Sunday with the suit on every
Right.
Sunday.
Okay.
And it was 2004, and I really wanted to see this film called The Passion of the Christ,
Okay.
but it was like too explicit. It was too
For-
bloody.
Yeah, for a young guy.
For
back
I was
then.
like, I don't know, like 6, 7.
And how do you knew about the Passion of the Christ, or you just heard like people talk about it?
Because of my
and you s-
church,
Yeah,
obviously.
your church. Yeah.
Parents. They wouldn't allow me to see it, so I recreated it myself.
You recreated.
I remember like my mom took me to Home Depot, and I got like 2x4s, and I made a cross.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried to recreate it, and that's what started my interest. And my mom bought me this book of like behind the scenes of like the Passion of the Christ,
Wow.
and I was like, damn, like that's really cool. Like that's how they make movies.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think intrigued my interest.
It treated your interest, and
Yeah.
then the rest is anyway kind of like history,
Yeah.
like where it is right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's really cool. So, you know, like, so shifting your gears into Thrive, it's like I know you and I we talked about like even you said it earlier, like you have some of your first project with Jim, and now you're really I've seen your work and like you're really kind of you kind of did some photography and videography for other things that's like landscape or some models, but your work is really well put with in the fitness industry, especially like those people who are going to
Yeah.
the Alpha Land or Iron Sight Gym and EOS Fitness and many more. And I know some notable names that you asked me about. I mean, you told me about like you've worked with Bad Venmo, Joshua Perez, and yeah, just kind of like many
And
more.
Christian Guzman.
Christian Guzman, yeah.
But that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, so like, would you say you have like what was the most recent project you worked with? Was it Bad Venmo? Yeah,
Yeah, we did a vlog last week.
did a vlog
Yeah,
last
we
week.
did a vlog last week. That was cool
Mm-hmm.
to go back to Alphaland because I hadn't been to Alphaland in like a whole year.
A whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah. What gym do you go? Do you kind of currently work out at?
I work out now at EOS.
EOS.
EOS
Is it-
Gym off of Allen Parkway
Yeah. Oh,
and
how-
Gilliam Street.
Mhm. And then how's that vibe like? Like, of course, it can't be an Alpha Land, but still.
It kind of gives me an Alphaland vibe in the sense that it's like, I don't know. I think it's because they just opened up.
Yeah.
So there's, like,
Give
a
it a
lot
while.
of
Give it a
fucking
while.
people.
Yeah.
Give it a while. I mean, I just went there yesterday and there was not that many people.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like Saturday at like 6 p.m.
Saturday, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are very much kind of going out in Houston. And again, it's like you would say it's like
They're not
the-
hungry like I am.
They're not hungry like you are. Yes, of course. Yeah, it's like would you say like and it's in the mid part of like you said mid part of Houston or near downtown Houston?
The gym?
Yeah, the EOS gym.
That's like Midtown.
Oh, Midtown. Yeah, because with Alphaland, you had to go out of the way, which is
You gotta go all the way
kind of
over there to
Sugarland.
like over
No,
there,
past Sugarland, Missouri City.
Stafford. like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So and then you have to deal
you have to
with
go.
train
You have to
traffic.
go to the barn first to go
Yeah,
find the gym.
That is absolutely true. I have
Yeah.
actually been in Alphaland. It's like, I remember the very first time I went there for
Like
the
I feel
grand
like if I
opening.
stop at a gas station, they're gonna racially profile me. Say, man, who's this thug with all these tattoos on his hands? Go check if he has something in his pockets.
Oh my goodness! No, hey, that's horrible. Oh man, like it can't be that bad.
No, it's not that bad, but Sugarland does have a dark history though.
Oh man, we don't need to. That would be another podcast.
That's another
episode. That's a
podcast
whole
and
other podcast
With a whole
episode.
nother person, not me, because I'm not from Sugar.
You're all Pasadena here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what?
But Pasadena does have a dark history.
Okay, well.
That's where they had the KKK headquarters
KKK headquarters?
back in the 80s. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. My
Man.
grandma told me stories about that.
Man, the more you know, the more you know. Well, so like back about like that's right, sorry, what's the nostalgia media. So you're
Yeah,
really
it went a little too dark right there. Let's go back.
let's go back to the Thrive. So
Right.
like a thriving like with the nostalgia media, what are you what's your future plans for like nostalgia media? Do you kind of see yourself like doing more fitness content or more
I want to skyrocket it, man. I want to have my own fucking studio, bro.
yeah. Mhm.
Like legit studio where all my workers are working at, like editors and
Mhm.
like
And
social media manager.
you could be yeah, you're the founder and probably a director to kind of lead the
Yeah,
team
yeah.
to the direction and the vision that you want.
Yeah, we're gonna push it.
Mhm.
You know.
No, I believe it. I believe it. You're
yeah.
definitely going to put your. I've seen your work. I've seen your hustle. Like you're like. Sometimes I wonder if you sleep. I've seen your Instagram stories, and I'm thinking, does this guy sleep? Like he's enjoying life. He's thriving in nostalgia media, but at the same time, you're still vibing.
Yeah,
like,
and I try to.
have.
You know, it's hard because I'm 25 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to find a balance of work and fun.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard because it's like you kind of have to sacrifice all of your fun
Yeah.
to be successful.
Mm-hmm. And
Like,
sometimes
even work-
when I see you have fun, I feel like at the back of your mind, like you're doing this in a way as work. Like you are really building your
Yeah.
creativity mind to really, therefore, instill more your experience into working to build your brand as a nostalgia media.
Yeah.
So, like, and I know you're the face of nostalgia media right now, but you think sooner or later.
Unfortunately, yeah. Not the
Unfortunately.
prettiest face, but I am the face of
Hey,
nostalgia.
hey, don't downplay. You don't need to downplay yourself like that. You got a good beard lineup. You got all tattoos. And speaking of tattoos, I do love all your tattoos, man. Like
Appreciate it.
we definitely kind of like talk about that. Like, do you? I know me as a guy, I have 2 tattoos, but you have like what, 30 or 35?
I think the last time I counted was like 19, 20,
Oh,
maybe.
19, 20. Okay, I definitely overestimated there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so we're like
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, and do you think like with the tattoos, like which tattoos has been your most memorable one? Like I know that sounds like a very fluffy question there.
Well, I think if you were to ask anybody else, that could be a typical question, and they probably don't have like a real answer, or maybe they do.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that was doing most of my tattoos, he unfortunately passed away.
Man,
But he did
Rest-
both of my hands and this one right here.
yeah,
So like those mean a lot to me because he was the one that
that started it.
yeah.
How old were you?
And
when
he
you-
was the most like he was like the best one too.
Yeah, and how old were you when you first got your tattoo? Like your very first tattoo?
It was on my feet. For all my feet people out there, you know, I could show you, but you gotta pay extra
On Feet Finder?
on Feet Finder or Pornhub or whatever.
Okay.
Foot Hub, I don't know. I was I think 19,
19. Okay.
and I got them on my feet because I didn't want my parents to find out.
Yeah.
Which is
You-
crazy now
can-
because like
can-
you look at me, I'm like, damn, he's tripping.
Like, were you? How'd your parents react when you actually when they found out
Well,
you got
it's
tattoos?
crazy. Like they found out about my foot tattoo. It's not that hard, or it's not. Yes, it's not that hard to like notice
Okay.
that you have a tattoo, especially when you're living at home.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always have to like remind myself I have to wear socks when I go
Wear
downstairs.
socks indoors. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think my mom was just like,
Ay, Dios
like
míos.
why did you get that?
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
But my mom
I like
really
that.
started getting mad when I started getting like all these hand tattoos.
Yeah, all on your forearms. Yeah.
One time she just like yelled like crazy, like
Mhm.
like I
Was
murdered
she
somebody.
was she about to throw a chancla at you? Like a real Mexican
like
household?
some type of spiritual sword or something, bro.
Oh man.
She's very religious, so
like was she gonna?
I thought God was
recite
gonna come
something
down
to,
himself.
do like some exorcist shit.
yeah.
Oh
for
damn!
real.
Is
She
that
was-
bad?
Well, like the thing is like when I told her about it, she didn't say anything. It was at night.
Okay.
Then the next morning, I just wake up to just like screaming like uncontrollably. I'm like, damn, she's really mad. She still doesn't like him,
But you know, it is what it is.
but she accepts me. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good that she in a way accepts and respects
Yeah.
about it. But no, it's really kind of cool. So I know to talk about nostalgia media. It's going to grow bigger, and I'm manifesting it for you. Like it's probably in the next year or next 2 years. It's definitely you're going to have a team, and you're going to be thriving. But now enough about the thriving. We're going to go to the good part, the vibe. the vibe of this podcast. So, what do you? So you maybe talked about like I know you're always working, even if you feel like you're kind of have fun, you work. But if you were to, there's always a time. There's always going to be holidays or weekends. You like to kind of genuinely just really blow steam off. And we talk about you play football. For those my people in America, yes, it's soccer.
Soccer, not
But
football.
yeah,
Yeah.
but football. Yeah, obviously go to the gym quite often, and
Yesterday I hit a PR for 225
Mhm.
at incline.
Yes,
four.
225 is still pretty good. 4 reps.
What's your
225.
PR
Am I incline?
on incline?
On incline, it's pretty weak. It's like I'll say it's 205 for like 5 reps. So it's not because I don't really focus on incline. I'm just doing squat, bench, and deadlift.
Well, the reason why I do incline is like I know incline is like it's gonna make you stronger.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when you do it with proper form and everything,
Yeah.
and it builds up your upper chest. So, like yeah, but do you big foodie and
I'm a big foodie,
and big foodie, and as well as like with traveling, like
as you can tell. I don't know if you can tell.
Man, I don't know. I feel like foodie, you can't really judge on someone's like cover, like judge on someone's like look if they are foodie or not. It's like
Yeah.
you just have to kind of feel it out, and also
Yeah.
just talk to them, and then they know all the right restaurants and places,
Yeah.
or they are already a food blogger.
Yeah, because I was doing food delivery for quite a bit. I was doing DoorDash
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit, and that gave me access to like all the fucking best restaurants in Houston.
Oh, absolutely. Would you actually, in terms of something, would you ever do videography for food? I know that's also.
I have
big.
done it before.
You have done it before.
Yeah, for Bad Chicks
Bad Chicks.
on Old Spanish Trail.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
man. And then how
and multiple others
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's like with the food industry, like they definitely are always constantly need of my marketing. Like you can't, yeah, word of mouth is great, but I think to kind of keep it to be on top of the hill or
Everyone's
like,
eyes is on social media, so it's like you have to
you really have to be so
create
creative.
a algorithm for those people.
And then
Yeah.
and just keep at it. You have to
Yeah.
kind of keep at it, even if it's like even if it's if you just opened like you had to put I think the top priorities besides just food quality and payroll, like you have to marketing is probably up there, and with
Yeah.
marketing they could either you can't go cheap on marketing because if you go cheap on
No.
marketing,
It's like that goes to show you what you think of your business.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with a lot of like the Gen Zs are really into social media. Like, I know I'm a millennial, and I think you're
I'm Gen Z.
You're Gen Z, yeah. You're
I was born in 98,
98. Yeah, I was born in 92. So
92.
yeah, so I'm
Old ass.
I'm not that old. Hey, calm down, brother. Calm down, sit down, calm down.
I am sitting down.
You are. Sit down, be humble. If you guys don't know, it's Kendrick Lamar. Okay. Yeah. So it was the food industry just needs like a lot of like marketing, but going back about the food. So I understand you're mixing, but do you have any other like different?
I love
taste-
Thai food.
Thai food.
Thai. Oh my god.
Like what you think you like pad Thai? Like
I love pad
curry
Thai. There's one dish that has it's a rice dish
Mm-hmm.
with like chicken and like sweet tomatoes in it.
Ooh, I think I know
fucking
which
good.
one you're talking about. I forgot it though.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty healthy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty healthy. They use a lot of peanuts. They use a lot of peanuts and
Yeah.
coconut milk. But I could cook one Thai dish. It's like the pad Thai. I actually did attempted it twice, and it's good. It's very delicious. What other type of food you really like? Thai, Mexican, Tex-Mex.
I don't really like this.
Because
Italian, obviously. Yeah, I like Italian food.
pasta,
Pasta.
hmm
I love noodles.
noodles, send nudes,
Send nudes, yes.
send lots of nudes.
A lot of nudes.
Yeah, like and do you have any favorite like Italian restaurants?
Olive Garden. I'm just kidding.
Come on now, that's not real.
No,
Italian.
I don't really have a particular one.
You ever,
Yeah.
you ever been to North Italia?
No.
Oh man, that's
Good?
actually it's a great. They serve great Italian pizzas there, in Houston. But
So I'm starting to now I'm starting to think all I eat is Mexican food and Thai food.
Mexican food and Thai.
That's all I eat.
I think your next relationship might be with a Thai girl, bro.
I think so because these Latinas are just too toxic.
They're too toxic.
Way too toxic.
You know what?
Especially here in Houston.
You know what a Latina girl told me in Houston. This is a true story. So it's like, she said like, I am Hispanic, like
Yeah, Hispanic.
Hispanic, not his piece. I'm Hispanic. I was like, yo.
Someone that deals with anxiety, yeah, I think that's like the last thing I need. I need his chill.
His chill, absolutely.
His peace.
His piece. Yes, it's not
Yeah.
his piece. No, I'm Hispanic, not his piece. To all my, to all my Latino girls listening here, I'm not saying that, but that's just a joke. But
Yeah.
but it was pretty interesting what that chick had told
Yeah.
me. So Hispanic, it was a pretty interesting joke. But yeah, like in Houston, there's so many. I just love the Hispanic culture here in Houston. Like there's so many. Like we're talking about, start from the most, like, you know, the Mexicans, and then go to the Colombians, Venezuelans, El Salvadorian, Honduras, the and just so many more. There's a lot. Yeah, obviously, and me trying to teach myself Spanish.
Oh,
a
I
bit.
love Cuban food too.
Cuban-
Food.
oh, yeah,
Cuban
you-
is really good.
Yeah, Cubans are actually pretty good. I know they're.
Which I never tried until I went to Miami.
Yeah, Miami is probably the one city like that is very strongly Cuban influence with because they already got the Calle Ocho or the 8th Street.
Little Havana.
Little Havana. Yeah, but it's kind of a bit, you know, just a bit like unfortunate that, you know, not many Americans, or they need to have a specific visa to kind of visit Havana, Cuba, because of like just political reasoning. But yeah, but with me learning in Spanish, and I'm still somewhat amateurish, like Spanish has a very deep, like, useful way in the world. Like 22 countries speaks it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and yeah, but would you say you're kind of fluent in Spanish? Like if you were to go to travel to España or Spain, you can definitely be.
Or even Mexico.
Tulum.
I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pretty much.
Yeah, because Pasadena is very Hispanic cultured, Mexican cultured.
I haven't really been to Pasadena.
It's
just
very
once.
Mexican.
Like, would you say
Very.
was it like Mexican, like El Paso Mexican, or El Paso is like really Mexican? I don't know if you've been to El Paso.
I haven't been to El Paso.
Yeah, I've been to El Paso. It's like very mountainous, kind of like a desert, and I see.
No, I
see
would say it's
Spanish-
suburban Mexican,
Oh, okay, suburban Mexican.
but it's like people from Mexico that live there.
Mm,
So, yeah, in that sense, it's like very Mexican,
Mm-hmm.
which I love. You know,
Yeah.
like that's why we have the best food.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure. Have you ever had like food like elsewhere outside? That's like great Mexican food. Like, of course, I don't wanna say-
California,
California.
obviously, San Diego. When I went to San Diego,
Yeah. Tell me about San Diego. I know that's like you were really excited about San Diego. Like,
yeah. So I
the
was
purpose?
filming for Joshua, the
Joshua
fit
Perez,
designer,
the fit designer.
and we first flew to San Diego. And
Mhm.
the first night, he was on prep. He couldn't even eat it.
Oh, really?
But we went to this one place. It was all right. It was good.
How long were you guys in San Diego, by the way?
One night.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that quick of a trip?
Well, yeah. So we were there one night, and then we stayed in LA for another night, and then
Mhm.
San Diego for 2 nights.
So the whole trip was like less than a week.
Yeah.
Wow. The way
It was just to visit his family.
yeah, no, the way how you told me and also how you showcase those social videos, like I thought you stayed there for like a week, but
Yeah.
it's more like you didn't waste any time to really.
So you actually
shoot
watched the
content.
vlogs.
I do watch the vlogs. It's a
Okay.
very entertaining.
Well, you
did a
know
good
when
ass
people
work.
say like, "Oh, I watch the videos" or "I watch the vlogs," I'm like, "Dude, did you really?"
I did. I
Okay.
really did. And I was like, wow, this is, it made it seem like before I started Driving By podcast, I was just seeing it like, wow, this is really great lighting. I really was engaged to it. And I was like, oh, maybe Joshua made this. Then you told me, then I went and met you. And it's like, oh, I made all that. I was like, oh, shit. And speaking of which, another interesting fact about me and Mark, I met Mark I met Mark physically in person 2 months ago, but we've been talking to each other like probably like almost like a year.
Like a year and a
being,
half?
Year and a half. Reason being is because I reached out to you, the direct message you on Instagram when after the Alpha Land grand opening in January 1st, 2022. I was kind of like in a very great, joyful mood. And I was just like, really,
I wasn't. I was going through a horrible heartbreak.
oh man. But that's where you really put
But that's where the
all,
balance comes in.
no. Well, even after a horrible heartbreak, you did for Tons per Day, you went to the gym. That's where that's a forbidden pre-workout
Yeah.
activated there. But you,
Forbidden.
yeah, it is absolutely.
It was a
forbidden.
curse workout.
Yeah, so I was like in a great mood and just like really really promoting myself, kind of thing. And then somehow I think you followed me or you followed me
Yeah,
first
It's
because
because you were sending a lot of voice messages. And
I mean, like, but the very first instance, like, was it like I'm trying to really remember. Like, I think you followed me or I followed you, and this is yeah. And then after that, like, I just saw your stories and I sent voice messages. Just
Yeah,
because I
and
felt like I
that-
wanted to
that-
be personal.
And that's where I got to know your vibe without even meeting you. I was like, oh, I know the type of guy that, like I said, I was going through it with that breakup. So I was like, I really needed somebody to pour into me,
Mhm.
and that's what you did.
Yeah, and I didn't know you were going through with it pretty bad. All I knew was like, hey man, I
It
think
was
he's
bad,
going.
and I remember it was like, that's when they first opened, and I was at Gym 2 a lot,
Yeah,
and they had the doors open. It was fucking cold.
yeah, it
So
was.
it's like you're going through a heartbreak and you're going through a cold ass workout. That hits
Yeah.
you fucking different.
It does. It does. Yeah. And for those of you guys who are kind of going through it, hey, guy or girl, it's gonna get better. Just go to the
He
gym.
or she or it ain't worth it.
For he or she.
Yeah, they're not
Oh, it's
worth it.
2023. I forgot. Yeah, you got it.
No-
Whoever you are, whatever
They
you are,
are not worth it.
they are not worth it.
No.
You are worth it. So,
Yes,
but
yes.
you got to work on yourself and keep pushing it. And it starts at the gym and bettering yourself. But anyhow,
But you got to go to the gym for yourself, not for them. Not
Mm.
because I want to show off.
yeah.
Or
Even though
I'm- or
that,
because
that,
I'm
that,
going through
that's
it.
another effect if you want to kind of show off that showing that you are doing better without them in your life.
But what does that do?
Mm.
Like
It's
your
not-
intentions are wrong because it's like
Yeah,
you want to be better for yourself. You don't want to be better for them.
yeah.
You want to be better for the fucking next person that comes into your life.
Okay.
Fuck
no.
them. I don't care what they think about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. No, I think it's like, again, the main thing is literally just bettering yourself for
Yeah.
yourself and only for yourself. Anyone that kind of sees it in the third person, yeah, it's just an added extra effect. But yeah, like so besides like a gymming, traveling and traveling Houston, I know we talked about football
Yeah.
or soccer for those who you guys want to see. Like, where do you think were you always playing that when you were a kid, or you started playing it recently?
So I found my love for soccer way before I found my love for filmmaking.
Oh, okay. And then was there a time that you felt like you wanted to see if you could try like
I wanted
collegiate?
to become a professional soccer player
Oh, okay.
for like 2-3 years, and then I found my love for filmmaking. I found my love for soccer before filmmaking, and I wanted to become a professional soccer player.
Mm-hmm.
But then whenever I fell in love with filmmaking, it's like fuck soccer.
Yeah.
I
because
would
it's
rather
just-
be a director, and that's what I still want to do.
Yeah, and then I think it was like soccer or football. You can get injured, and it's pretty tough in playing in trying to grow up playing in the USA because
I think it's harder to become a soccer player than it is a film director.
yeah
Because
that's what
film
I'm saying,
director,
that's
all
what
you
I'm
have to have
saying.
is your own niche.
Yeah, it's your own niche, but with football and soccer, you have to dedicate lots of time. Your nutrition is on point. You have to be with the right group of people. Like really, just if you really want to succeed in it,
Yeah.
and then
Now it's easier than ever to be a film director
Mm-hmm. Oh
because you have the accessibility is right there.
Would you say like your like the accessibility with the social media, like which one do you think you like to gravitate more? If you have a preference for social media to really promote your brand, Instagram, TikTok, or
I'm more on Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah.
yeah, or YouTube.
I haven't been on YouTube.
You haven't been on YouTube?
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, I go on YouTube to like watch stuff, but I don't upload stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is kind of like my bread and butter.
Bread and butter. Yeah, and then how long have you had your Instagram? Like, did you have a personal
since
one, and then you have your professional one?
So it's always been personal. So I've had it since like 2013.
2013. Wow, you were one of the very first OGs. I started my Instagram journey in 2014.
But like all my posts were like dead ass pictures of like pizza, like food.
That was everyone.
Concerts.
Dude, there were cheap filters. This is like before Instagram, was bought over by Facebook.
Yeah.
Which is now Meta, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it's like that's how it is. Everyone's photography was like posts were like that, and now is everything on Instagram.
It's like on Instagram, everything's an algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Even for people that are like not into this, like lifestyle, it's like fuck. I have to post a 30-second reel now to fucking get some type of likes. You know?
Yeah, and then you have to, and it's this is one thing, like we all go through this content creators. You'd be like spending 30 minutes thinking, brainstorming, and then 1 hour to film, and then another 30 minutes to edit, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh, I have 5,000 views, and then the next thing you just make a reel just out of the blue, and then it just gets more and more views, and you're like, oh, what the heck? What did I do?
Well, one thing I do want to start doing is like just talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Like that's been a dream of mine, and now I have that opportunity to do that.
Well,
You know
what you're
what I
doing
mean?
right now is the Thrive and Vibe podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting the experience with it. So, yeah, so back, and then I want to really circulate more about like traveling. Like, do you plan to kind of travel more, or you like to stay within Houston for nostalgia?
I definitely want to travel more. I don't have my passport yet, but I want to go back to Mexico.
You want to go back in Mexico?
Yeah, I haven't been to Mexico since I was a little kid.
Little kid.
Yeah.
Dude, I can see you putting some really great work in Mexico. Like,
Dude,
do the Tulum Jungle Gym.
I would love to go to Monterrey. That's where my dad's
Monterrey.
from, and
Okay.
that's really the only part of Mexico that I think I've been to.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just take some badass landscape photos.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think it's like surprisingly, I haven't been to Mexico yet, and yet all my life, me knowing about.
Have you ever heard of Passport Bros?
Yes, I have.
You need to get the hell out of here.
Oh no. Well, we can form a group, man. We can definitely form a
Yes.
group, Passport Bros, and yeah. And for those of you guys that are wondering Passport Bros, I think a lot of you guys already know about Passport Bros, but you want to care to explain to the audience what Passport Bros is?
Well, my definition of Passport Bros is you're not going to find typically. You still could find, because I have homies that have really good fiancés.
Yeah.
But you're more than likely not going to find the one here in the United States just because
Everything.
the culture is so fucking different, bro. Like, the person like they look up to is like Ice Spice, and she literally has a song talking about, I have what is it?
Kind of forgot.
I have a squad, or what is it? I have a
Yeah.
what is it? Ice Spice. I have a roster and roster.
Yeah, we have a roster.
She talks about her roster, and it's like I dead ass had my ex tell me that.
Oh man.
Like, I have a roster.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
pretty toxic.
That's not something to fucking brag about.
That's pretty toxic.
I'm like, damn, girl. Like, so long story short, you ain't gonna find your wife here. So let's get out of the country. You're gonna
And
find
then-
somebody that's gonna be submissive.
I wouldn't say the word submissive.
Not
but
submissive, but submissive in the sense that let me let go of my ego.
Yeah. They're humbled. They're humbled.
And they're
they-
humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
Not submissive like on some sexual shit. Like,
we just going so dark here. It's like
it's a podcast. You're bound to get dark.
And then it sounded like 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Mark,
50 Shades of tragedies.
50 Shades of Tragedies. Oh man, again, that'll be another podcast episode probably.
A heartbroken podcast.
Oh man.
Mind you, the same ex that I was telling you about was the same one I was talking about when Alpha Land first opened.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've been going through that for that long.
Situationships. Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, you sound like you're about to go all Brett Fayez in this.
I'm gonna go see him Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
I told my barber, you better open up for Wednesday because I'm gonna look the part.
And you're gonna look the part.
I'm gonna look the part.
No,
Yeah.
that's very good. And I like to kind of touch on one more thing with like with music. So you love Brent Fayez. Do you like to listen more of like in that sense of like with Brent Fayez, or you kind of like mix with everything, or it really depends on your mood?
It depends on my mood. But I would say in the last 2 years, I've been heavily into R&B.
R&B.
Like Giveon, Brent Fayez, Snow Allegra, those type of artists.
What about Lucky Day?
I don't think I've heard of them.
You ever heard of him?
No.
What?
No.
What? What?
Maybe the music that I listen to is a little more mainstream when it comes to that.
I mean, like you have not listened to Over?
I mean, if I heard it, I'd probably be like, okay.
That's Lucky Day. Yeah. But no, Lucky Day is he's a true vibe. I think he's like, he's one of my favorite R&B artists. And of course that's like the newer guys, but we're talking about like what about like old R&B, if you know some like Boyz II Men.
The only
Black
old R&B
Street.
that I can think of on top of my head that I listen to is like Sade.
Sade.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then and besides R&B, like, do you like to listen to, you know, Mexican music?
I
or
love listening
Spanish
to
or
like
urban Latino
corridos and like corridos tumbados,
Uh-huh.
Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma.
Like
Would you ever pull off that hair of Peso Pluma?
I kinda
That's
do
how I knew. That's how I knew about Peso Pluma, because of the hairstyle first.
Well, I kind of do because I have like a V-shaped haircut.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like a mullet, but it's not really.
Yeah.
Um,
If you pull off Peso Pluma and you shave your face,
I
Would
could
you-
probably be like Peso Pluma.
actually, I would be so like curious to see how your face would look like.
I would be
complete-
like I wouldn't be Peso Pluma. I would be Peso
Peso
Completo.
Peso completo. That's a funny one. That's a Peso completo. And that's
So instead of what is it? Featherweight, it'd be heavyweight.
oh man, at least at least you're not going to be called Peso gordito.
Well, not yet. If I keep eating like this,
And then if you could, and then that'll be the Malay Papi.
yeah.
Yeah, Malaysian. Oh man, so like, yeah, so like really good talk about the vibe. Like, is there anything else you kind of want to add in like the vibe, like for our audience, kind of like get to know you a little more, what you do outside of
I
tournament?
love playing soccer.
Well, we already talked about that.
We talked about that.
Do you like to watch soccer too?
Only like La Liga MX, like the Mexican soccer.
Dude,
Like
you
I go
should-
for
you should-
Monterrey. I go for Los Rayos.
You should really watch
My team.
La Liga, like with Real Madrid, Barcelona.
I know.
Atletico
I'd
de
probably be
Madrid.
more entertained watching that,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like my time is already wrapped up.
your time's already wrapped up. You're
Yeah.
putting more into the work with nostalgia.
Yeah.
Well, if you move to Spain, you probably get into La Liga.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My team would probably be Barcelona.
I'm Real Madrid.
You Real
so,
Madrid?
yeah.
Yeah, you look like it.
Does the Real Madrid I don't know if Real Madrid or Barcelona has a certain look. I've been to Real Madrid.
It was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm a hardcore Real Madrid fan. I am one of the true Madrista here in Houston.
Yeah.
So, I really talk about it a lot on my Instagram, even on my professional page. Well, that's on my LinkedIn. So, yeah. But if you guys want to check out my LinkedIn, you know, it's going to be in
Or
the
his
caption.
OnlyFans.
I'll put in your feet finder too.
Yes, yes. You
Foot
got to pay to see my tattoos. My other tattoos.
Are your toes good too?
I didn't do my toes. That shit would hurt.
No. I mean, not tattoo your toes.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I've got my this finger. I don't know if you can
No, that's a
see it.
finger. That's a skin. But I'm
It's
not
the
talking
same
about on
shit.
your nails.
It's the same shit. Oh, on the nails?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But you can get your palm tattooed.
Okay. That's why I meant like on the okay. I said toes, but like yeah, you can get your toes tattooed, but not on the toenails, obviously.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't last.
Yeah, and dark secret. I don't know if it's a dark secret, but I'm into feet.
Okay.
I don't think you thought we were gonna go there, but I'm
Whoa.
into feet. That's all I'll say about
That's
that.
all I'll say.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
That's not why I got my feet tattooed. It was to hide them, but yeah, I like sucking on toes.
Okay. The more I know.
The more you know.
The more you
Well,
know.
the more everyone knows.
All right. So like so again, vibing and then thriving, and we're almost kind of near the end. But if there's one thing that you want to kind of give advice to anyone that wants to kind of go to your path, and really, if they start tomorrow, what would you give them?
As soon as you wake up, that's when you clock in.
That's when you clock in.
That's when you clock in.
And clock in
because
doesn't
the
have
thing
to
is,
be
like,
like you touch the camera and go. No, it starts in your mind.
it starts in your mind. Sit down, write your task, because you don't have a boss that's giving you direction. You're your own boss, so it's like
Yeah.
you have to do that for yourself. And there's no clocking out. That's the difference.
That's
The only time you clock out technically is when you're sleeping. I've missed holidays. I've missed birthday parties because I had shoots or jobs.
Yeah.
It's cool to work for yourself, but there's a lot of sacrifice you have to make.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that sacrifice is definitely going to pay off.
Yeah.
Like really soon. Like
Yeah, for
again,
sure.
you said you haven't. This is not your first rodeo. You've done this for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
And you worked during COVID too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you had to be extremely creative on that. Like and be able to.
During COVID, I was doing more personal stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I had more time to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. And of course, like how would our viewers and followers be able to kind of follow you on Instagram or your social media?
All my handles are Mark Anthony GUZ.
All right, Mark
Yeah.
SAGZ, and then guys, that will be in the description below on the YouTube video or Spotify. But other than that, Mark, hey, thank you for being here.
It's a
For the
pleasure,
very
bro.
first-
Pleasure having me.
For the 15th episode of Thrive and Vibe, but the first episode of the Thrive and Vibe 2.0
Yeah.
here at this wonderful studio with the team.
With the legit fucking setup. You got the Godox light,
Yep.
softbox, Shure mic,
The whole 9 yards.
The whole
man.
9 yards.
The whole 9 yards.
with the legit couch, a legit setup. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And I
Right.
appreciate the people that helped us get this set up. So I
No,
really
absolutely.
appreciate
No,
you
and a
guys.
huge shout out to the team here. Shout out
Thank
to
you
the team.
guys. Thank
All
you
right,
guys.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right.
All right.